Happy Tuesday, October 4th, 2022. I want to talk about, I don't even know why. I never thought I'd do this. Kim Kardashian, Kim K. For those of you who don't know, she has like 300 plus million followers on Twitter. So that, or maybe it's Instagram. I don't know. She's got a lot of social media followers. And that represents a lot of clout. And people want to advertise. I mean, that's a new way of advertising. You can have her say something or tweet something out on her feed, and all of her followers that see that, I mean, she has influence over them. So, of course, people who produce things, who make things, businesses, companies, they want to get her to talk about stuff and promote things. Well, it turns out she was promoting a cryptocurrency. I don't even remember the name of it. It was like Ethereum something. Garbage coin. So she promoted it in a tweet, and she was paid $250,000. And this was, I don't know, a couple years ago, maybe last year. I don't know. Anyway, she put in it hashtag ad, which just means a hashtag is just, it's just like a way to find things easier or call attention to it. And she put hashtag ad. So, I mean, if you look at the whole tweet, you would know that it's an advertisement. However, the SEC and Gary Gensler has, I mean, fined her, but I don't know that it's necessarily a fine. I'd have to look into it. My sense is how the SEC handles things is they threaten you, the Security Exchange Commission. They threaten you, and then you end up settling. Well, she's worth about $2 billion, so she ended up settling it, rather than have a long SEC investigation, a trial, you know, and all this stuff like Ripple's going through with XRP. It's just easier for her to settle. When you're worth $2 billion, it's not worth it. It's not worth going through the hassle. So she settled for, I think, 1.2, I've heard different numbers, 0.23 million, 2.6 million. So let's just say about $1.3 million she settled. And she can't promote crypto for 3 years. So that tells me it's almost as though she agreed that, okay, this is what we're going to do. Rather than actually being fined. So I'm not sure the exact definition. I got to look into it, what really happened. But my sense is she just settled. And so the thing is, when you settle, see, the SEC really doesn't have any law to back them up. It's one of those agencies, just like all the other ones, to where they make rules up, and they kind of push them on you and threaten you to do things. And when you don't do it, you know, they say, hey, we're going to make your life hell. We're going to take you through the court system. We're going to do this to you and that to you. And, well, you don't have the money and the time, the aggravation to go through. You don't want to go through that. And so people settle. And that's what Kim Kardashian did, because it's just not worth it. So they essentially extorted her, kind of how I see it, for roughly $3 million. And, you know, there you go. They've done it to other people too. The interesting thing is, Ripple has, not that I'm a big fan of Ripple or XRP, but they're in their current battle with the SEC, and they're not backing down. And so that'll be an interesting case if Ripple ends up winning that. The SEC will kind of get slapped in the face. So we'll see. Other news we've got. Yeah, all right, I was thinking about this morning. I was just talking to my daughter before I dropped her off at school, and I said, "You got people coughing at school?" She's like, "Oh yeah, there was this one kid. You know, he was coughing, and it's just, you know, that mucusy and." And I'm thinking, last year, 2 years ago, you know, the last couple of years, if somebody had done that, oh my God, they have COVID. You know, oh, they're contagious. You know, and all these fears, all this, you know, nonsense. And now you got kids back to normal, baby. Going to school, coughing, hacking, sniffling, sneezing, and no big deal. It's like nothing ever happened. And maybe it's because it didn't. You know, we just made a mountain out of a molehill. But, you know, you remember you used to go to the store, and if you accidentally coughed, you're like shamed. You know, everybody look at you like, oh my gosh, she's contagious. Like it's a Walking Dead or something. You know, don't get sneezed on her. It's like biting you. So, I mean, how things change. And then I think, well, did anything really change, or did we just label something, you know, label something and make something that wasn't there into something that was there? Pandemic. But it's interesting how we've all changed, and how, you know, used to be horrible. Oh my gosh, go get tested, get in line. Remember? Don't forget, remember? Everybody get in line, everybody get tested once a week. You know, otherwise, you know, you're protected if you take the prick in the arm. But then you get it anyway. Pfizer CEO, Biden's, I mean, Obama, all these people supposedly, yeah, you're protected and it's safe. Fauci coming out, oh yeah, yeah, take it, take the prick, and you'll be immune. BS, absolute BS. Don't forget these people. Just like the elections that are coming up for governors. Remember what your governor did to you or didn't do to you, and vote accordingly. Don't let these people off the hook for the really crimes against humanity that they caused, that they perpetrated. And that's really what they did. And vote them out. Use your voice. You know, that's what you got to do. Because what are they going to do when all else fails? As Gerald Celente says, they take you to war. And now we've got missiles getting lobbed out there by North Korea, you know, all these little deep state satellite agencies, Ukraine, and here we are again, trying to take us to war. And of course, we don't want to go to war, but we didn't want to go to war against Japan either. And they got us into it, didn't they? So Vietnam, same way. So be prepared. It's the same old game plan, the same freaking thing they always do. The American people don't want to go to war, so what do they have to do? Blow up a couple of buildings. Need a false flag. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for something that's going to allow them to put the blame on those people, like Russia. You know, those people that they want to go to war with. It'd be a big mistake. Let's just have peace. As Elon says, let's just have peace in Ukraine. Let's have peace. Anyway, all right. Things to think about. Be prepared. They're going to pull all kinds of shenanigans. Keep your assets in your possession. Got money in the bank? Might be a good idea to have that cash on hand. Have something that works in hand that you can transfer, and nobody can stop you from doing that. Be sovereign. Trust yourself. Look into Litecoin. You want something that you can be sovereign with, that is sound money for the digital age, you need to look into Litecoin. It has a network that's been running for 11 years straight, uninterrupted. All right. Love you all. Trust yourselves. Don't be deceived by the vampires. It's their casino. Don't play in it. Opt out with sound money. All right. Have a great day. Trust yourselves. Love you all.